not sure if we've ever done this together, but after today, we will know it, I promise. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I know you can run. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Oh, yes it is. And the whole wide world is my home.
Nice, nice. Nice, nice. We like new things. Well, actually, we don't like new things. New things always invoke change. We, we, we love, we love to think about change. Yeah, as we're studying our book over these 7 Sundays, Christina Baldwin's book, Seven Whispers, Spiritual Practices for Times Like These. We are right in the heart of her teaching us about change and the unexpected, and the desire for what we know, and the impossibility of being able to hold life in a static way, in an unchanging way. You can't do it. It's not possible. It's a wish we have that we could hold it the way we want it to be. What we notice is that that's not the way it works. And so as we study this book and as we enjoy the reading and the learning and the instruction that she gives us, it's been a very worthwhile time of instruction. If you received one of these in your email last night, did anybody other than Ellen got one directly? Heather did, Richard did. Not many of you, which I'm really grateful for. 2 other people did, Cleo did, and Barbara Bear did. It came in an email and it was asking for money via the purchase of gift cards or other payments. So if you didn't get one of these, as a response, it's come to our attention that someone posing as Reverend Linda Spencer and/or Sam Long. Sam and I somehow were part of the origination of this, has contacted members of our community via email asking for money via the purchase of gift cards or other payments. These emails are a scam and should be marked as phishing and deleted immediately. When in doubt, is the caution, throw it out. So grateful to Ellen and Sky for very quickly moving to mend this process. Someone using a very clever technique got into our database, our address and contact list database. So if that happens, just get rid of it and know that it is absolutely not coming from me, not coming from Sam. We didn't do it. We welcome you this morning in the warm and loving spirit of unity, as we do each Sunday morning. The first people you see when you come in on Sunday morning are the greeting team. They're one of the most important aspects of our Sunday morning ministry. The person who greets you at the door is the one who creates the experience of being seen, being welcomed, being cared for, being received in this place. And on Sunday mornings, our greeting team are faithfully dedicated to creating a warm and welcoming environment for you. At the present time, we have a second Sunday need for greeters, a greeter, or more than one greeter. For the second Sunday, that would be this Sunday, which is our birthday bash Sunday as well. If you hear that little tingle in your heart that said, I could do that, would you talk to Denise immediately after the service? She's at the door. And would you know that the first time Ira came here was near the end of July in 2012. And the person standing at the door was a person who created the experience for me to be connected and now to be here with you for 13 years. And that was Louise. Louise was the greeting person that morning, or she was just standing by the front door. I don't know. It could go either way, right? Yeah. So on a Sunday morning, the importance of who stands at that door is really meaningful. And if you remember your first time coming through the door, hopefully the experience was for you that warm and welcoming experience of unity. So please, we operate around here from and by people who say, yes, let me do it. So please talk to Denise after the service. And normally I would read our regular welcome, but I wanted to begin with this. Unity's statement of social action position. Webster defines the word unity as the state of forming a complete and pleasing whole. At this time in the evolution of the planet and the lives of human beings upon it, the task of forming a complete and pleasing whole is the imperative for positive evolution and harmonious existence for all. This perspective has seemingly been lost. Our wholeness, our oneness, our sameness as a human race. We must now remember more than ever that we have much more in common than that which divides us. The unity movement stands for and will tirelessly work for harmony, so all people may know the freedom of peaceful expression, so they may know their own inner worth and essential contribution to the whole of a life. Where there are divisions of opinions, beliefs, and perspectives, unity embraces curiosity, exploration, and expanded awareness of the gifts of diversity. Where there is fear of the other, unity stands for inclusivity and peaceful acceptance of another's right to create the life of his or her choosing. Where there is oppression and hatred, we stand for justice and understanding, and for extending compassion, kindness, and forgiveness to restore balance. Where there is discrimination, we stand for inclusivity and equality. We pledge to be an advocate for the well-being, respect, and civil freedom of every human being. Any proposal or action that seeks to discriminate against individuals or classes of individuals based on prejudiced, stereotypic profiles of national origin, class, creed, race, ethnicity, physical ability, sexual orientation, or gender identity is in opposition to the core beliefs and values established by our founders. We choose unity. In harmony with the divine spirit, we stand, and so we may live in a spiritually awakened world that is continual. We let it be. Hashtag choose unity. So this came about a few years ago, maybe 4 years ago, or 5. Unity headquarters felt that it was essential that we put in writing the tenets of what Unity stands for and what our commonality might be in and through the Unity movement. The essential need for a statement like this will be posted on our bulletin board for you to read, or certainly we can make copies for you should you wish. Next week, because it's our membership Sunday, our annual membership Sunday, it's very important for me to communicate a few of the things about being a Unity member, and that's a baseline. Even when I came here, so in each of the ministries I've served except my first one, I have had challenges to my sexual choices. I have had in each ministry that challenge, and even here in the sanctity of our space, people left in the beginning and never returned around the issue of my LGBT lifestyle, and the result of that has always been painful. I realized that it wasn't about me. It's about personality, it's about definition, it's about what we believe and how we stand in harmony with one another. And so after the service, if you are considering joining as a member next Sunday, I would love to see you for a few minutes in my office right after the service before you sugar out and lose your mind for a minute. So if you are considering joining next Sunday, there are a couple of things that I have that I'm going to copy, and I want to be sure that you have them to read during the week for your information. Having said those things, we affirm there is one presence and one power active in my life. Together, There is one presence and one power active in my life. Yeah. Hold, hold, hold. It's an ownership. It's a stand. It's a declaration of truth. There is one presence and one power active in my life. God the good, omnipotent. Together, God the good, omnipotent. Declaring the truth as frequently as we can is the rudder that keeps us on track in our daily lives, whatever we might be going through. And as we speak that statement, there's one presence and one power active in my life. We're learning, we're growing into the realization of that. And that's why we're here to serve you in that knowing. Would you share our daily word, Louise? Louise, our treasure. I like that you would do that. It's a public railing.
It is.
It is. It's ours. Mhm.
After all those wonderful words and the song, today's daily word is power. How could it be anything better? I have the power to choose my thoughts and direct my life. Feeling my power from within means I am grounded in spiritual truth and understanding. I speak my mind with calm certainty and change my mind whenever I choose. And if you're a woman, that's a power that is very important. I live in a state of inner security and mastery. If I wish to make changes, I take dominion of myself and have faith in my innate power as a spiritual being. In the past, I may have looked outside myself to feel powerful, taking on another's beliefs, or affiliating with someone outside myself. Now I understand true power comes from within. I take dominion over my thoughts and feelings. I live my truth in the one with God. I have the power to create my life. And from Timothy 1, verse 7, for God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather a spirit of power and of love and of self-discipline. Beautiful one. Thank you.
Thank you. She's the one. She's our one-of-a-kind, fabulous being. Membership. Unity membership is unique. The most important requirement for membership in Unity is to know God and desire to understand love and follow the intrinsic laws of being. Membership in Unity leaves the member wholly free to live his or her life according to the inspiration of the Spirit of truth within him or within her. Rather than being a system of worship, Unity is a way of life. Members are asked to do their best to live the truth teachings on a daily basis. The objective of Unity affiliation is to help people live more effective, spirit-centered lives. Unity is a present tense approach to the teachings of Jesus the Christ. Unity people unite in order that they might minister more effectively to each other and to others. By our commitment in the sharing of consciousness in membership, we become the channel by which others too are blessed in their lives. Each Unity ministry is an individual corporation affiliated with the parent corporation, the Association of Unity Churches. Each ministry is an individual corporate entity. It is entirely self-governed. A board of trustees is elected from the membership at an annual membership meeting. The board of trustees conducts the business affairs of the ministry in cooperation with the minister, who is the spiritual and administrative leader of the ministry. Baseline. Baseline. If you would next Sunday like to become a member, I do it once a year. I conduct the service once a year. If you'd like to recommit your membership because your heart wants to go deeper, or you know just enough more that you want to be designated part of our community through membership, through being a voting member of the business of the church, or because your heart says that membership sign-up forms. They're on the sound, out on the credenza in the entryway. If you would like to participate, I would love to offer you the blessing of membership here. There was something else really important that was just right. Oh, newsflash, newsflash. If you're online with us, good morning. Did I miss you? Thank you for being with us. Thank you. I was listening to another minister in a large church in Southern California yesterday, and she said more than half their congregation are online. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty powerful. So if you're online, thank you for being a part of our ministry. Yeah, more than half. A big church. Yeah, I love that. What flashed that I dropped and then picked up again, annual meeting coming on very quickly. And we are looking for members who are interested in serving on the board of directors. If this is something that calls you, as I just read, it's a position where you become a part of the administrative team of how Unity of Skagit Valley functions. And sometimes we have to rope and tie people and drag them in. Some people are more resistant, but we pick them up the next year. We've learned to wrangle. We're very convincing, and we love our board, and we love working with our board. 2 of the members of our board will be going off. Ellen, help me. Sam and Ted will be ending their time on the board. Thank you, Sam. Thank you to Ted. Ted's been a warrior of the highest order. And Sam, as his cohort and as our board vice president, the gift is immeasurable. Thank you. We have 2 positions to fill, and then someone is running for another year, a 1-year term. So there's a lot going on at the board level, and if it speaks to you in any way, please talk to me, talk to Ellen. We would love to share with you. And one last thing, it is Sugar Up Day. And you are our sweetheart, and it is, our birthday is Sunday, and it is February, and it looks like a really good time over there. So, who has a birthday in February? Louise does. You do. You do. Who else does? Does Kim want to have a birthday in February? Rick raised his hand. I got that. Anybody else? Well, I did speak her name, and she is officially going to be birthdayed and celebrated this month, as should all of you, each of you, and everyone. So after the service, if you want to talk to me about membership, I'll be in my office. Grab a piece of cake, come and talk to me for a few minutes. All right, I'm done with all of that. I was writing notes last night saying, I can't forget that, and I have to do that. And, okay, we're actually going to be in church now. It's 11:30, it's time. Let's prepare for meditation. And if you would like to set aside what you're holding, it would be lovely.
Okay, we're going to do this song a couple times, kind of like a chant. We'll do it like 3 or 4 times. I'm raising the veil between me and my God. No separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. I'm raising the veil between me and my God. No separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. I'm raising the veil between me and my God. No separate my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil.
To become conscious is to be present where you are, to draw yourself back into your conscious awareness, to let the scatterings of thought and energy lift, dissolve, wait. I can choose to let that thought that's bothering me or troubling me I can choose to set it aside. As I come back into myself, into my inward being, into my divine, holy self, the scattering of thoughts and feelings and ideas can be set aside temporarily. You can pick them up again if you wish. But in fact, for a moment, for a few moments, you can put spirit first. And it always begins with your breath. It begins with a conscious choice. Loving Spirit, guide me as I choose to bring myself into your precious, loving presence. I can let go thing by thing, as though I was sitting by a calm, bubbling stream. I watch the waves. I watch the little rocks and the rapids they create as the water moves. I see leaves from the trees dropping and floating with the movement of the water. And the rhythm of the sound begins to soothe my mind and my heart and my body. And I feel the gift of relaxation and quiet. There's just breathing. And the things that concern me are floating downstream as I sit and consider the presence of God within me. And in my life. The peace of God calms me. A quiet, gentle but strong movement of peace moves through the core of my being to flood me with that divine energy of peace and strength and love. concerns I have. The thoughts that move through my mind. Have no power over the presence within me. For the power of God is mightily present wherever I am. And that power is moving in me now as I make and hold and listen for guidance. Spirit is speaking. And as you breathe and let go, I invite you to listen. What is the prayer of your heart today? What is your prayer for others? For when you ask, the response is immediate. A word, a thought, a flash. We hold in prayer those whose names are in our prayer box or for whom we've been praying. We hold in our hearts those and so many others we know who are in need of prayer. And to each one we say, God is your source. God is your strength. God is your clear, unfailing guidance. God is the life force of healing within you. God is the love you seek and the peace that is ever present to calm. We pray for our friend Ted as he continues to move through his healing challenge. We see that all is well and perfect. But we see that to be true for each one who invites prayer. God is your source, at work within you and around you. And as we say, all is well. Be at peace, my friends, all is well. For that which God is in our midst is the power that brings together all things in perfect order and harmony. In knowing this, we offer our gratitude. And so it is. Amen.
is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, oh, I surrender to my greatest, highest good. I release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. Oh, I'll surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. I am kinder every moment, every day. I'm more loving every moment, every day. Oh, I'll surrender every moment, every day.
Yay. It's a danger zone over there. How lucky are we? Yeah, how lucky are we? The opportunity to have Jordan and the family and the new baby soon is just such a gift. And we've so frequently given just what we need when we need it. And you could try to make it happen, but it works a whole lot better if Spirit takes the lead and we discover that we're in right place at right time. So we are in week 4 of the study, 7 Whispers. And we've bought our books. On Tuesday, I had a technical failure trying to get online for our class. I just couldn't get there from where I was. Zoom had updated. And when it did, It changed all my settings, the way things, I couldn't figure out which account was blocking the process. Finally, I sent a note that said, Technology One, about a half an hour into what would have been our class time, or maybe more. Surprise, our lesson today is surrender to surprise. Surprise. Yeah, you know, I was number one among the group who expected to have a class that morning. Surprise. Yeah, there it is. And the resolution of it took time, and it was inconvenient, and it was like, this is just not okay with me, and it must be about Zoom, and what's wrong with them anyway? And then the mind train starts down the track, and then the anxiety comes because people are waiting, and I'm not there, and I can't communicate effectively to say, you know, this or that. All of what we create around something that is simply what is. What is. It is what is. One of the favorite teachings I've ever received is that when we really look at life, what is seems to be what is. You can work with it, you can shift it, you can do all kinds of things. But to fight it or contend with it or struggle to the point that you're suffering around it, it didn't fix it, as far as I can tell most of the time. It might fix it, but not in the time you're hoping for. So surrendering to surprise isn't always that easy. The four lessons then, or the four spiritual whispers, are maintain peace of mind. In a moment like that, there's no peace in this mind. It's on a train, it's busy riding the track. But learning to let go and be present into a stillness that's ever present with us and within us. A stillness. There is, whether there seems to be no stillness, there is the reality that we are stillness embodied in physical form, with mental states that continue to create a desire that things would be a particular way, and thereby finding ourselves in times of distress or despair, or whatever the case might be. If only, if only. So in building relationship with the fact that I am the habitation of calmness and peace, I am the habitation. Is my action in alignment with that? Is my mind in alignment with that? Is my awareness in alignment with that? Truly, it's likely not. But the reality is, if you are spirit, and we say you are spirit, then who you are is that which spirit is. It's indivisible. You can't separate that out. Spirit is a constancy of perfect order, and this essence that we would call peace, something that feels and looks like, has the scent of being enfolded or embraced in this something that's everything you ever want. There, you're made of it. So learning to calm into it, learning to allow yourself to let go into it, then becomes the first step in this prayer, this 7-whisper prayer. The second is in that state when you're aware that you are that which spirit is. When you start to really cultivate the awareness of that, and it becomes conscious enough to be present as your baseline reality. Spirit is, I am spirit. Spirit is that which I am. The result of that is I'm always in communion and in communication when I turn toward that reality and listen. Listen, hear. Hear the whispers, hear the murmurs, hear the essence of that. Sniff it out, look for it. How is spirit present now? Presence in you now. You say, well, spirit's not with this mess of a mind or whatever. No. If it is, it cannot be other. The mess of your mind is the reactivity or the choice of thought or the patterning that we're holding. Last week, practice certainty of purpose. These are 3 steps in prayer. Certainty of purpose isn't necessarily about how you're fulfilling your big, important sense of yourself demonstrated in purpose. Purpose is elemental. Purpose is becoming conscious. Purpose is the essence of that which you are. And we've been trained that it has to look like something in particular to have meaning or to be real. Purpose is essence of being and the way in which you choose and choose and choose to live that out. And today is the next step. So how do you meditate into that? So if we've got calm, if we realize that spirit is that which I am, and thus I am spirit, in that constant state of guidance and reciprocity exchange. And the next step of that is, she calls it certainty of purpose. What is that? Becoming conscious, becoming aware. Certainty, becoming aware. It might be about building the next XYZ that will change the world. It might be that. It might be about making such a difference in your community, in your life, in your relationships, in your family, whatever. It might be that, but what's essential beneath that is the state of your consciousness and the seamless reality of your essence being the very expression of that which God is, to the degree that we choose and choose to allow that to be so. And now she tells us that the next stage of this, or the next step of it, is to surrender to surprise. And don't kid yourself. She didn't just mean wrapping on Christmas presents. She's very clear about what she means. There are no guarantees in life, she said. Oh, you know, she's not a doomsayer. If you've read the book, if you've spent any time with the ideas, you know that she is incredibly powerful and present and positive. And she tells the people. And most of the time, it's not even personal, not based on merit or deficiency. We're just the next ones in line for our lesson, right? Our lesson. But being spiritual allows us to hold whatever happens in a spiritual way. When things happen, our underlying faith or doubt is brought to the surface. And now we know it's ours to work with. Why? Because it's in our face, or in our mind, or in our experience. This shouldn't be what I have to go through, we say. And the universe is like, thank you, and can we continue with the reality before you now? Most of us don't have trouble accepting what we think will be a good surprise. It's when the phone rings in the middle of the night, when the attorney's registered letter arrives, when the police officer gets out of the car and walks up our driveway, when the supervisor comes into our office and closes the door, that the stomach turns over with a lurch and we recognize a different kind of surprise is upon us. Here's the thing about gut-wrenching, heart-shaking, mind-changing surprise. It is a donation to our own growth. A donation to our own growth. If we work it well, from this growth, we can donate insight and action back into the well-being of the larger community. We can use it for growth, and as we do, it becomes the blessing to others. Perhaps as an example, perhaps as a byproduct, perhaps through an intention, or just because everything we do makes a difference somewhere, somehow. Surrender is not a word that rolls easily off the tongue in our privileged, dominant culture. We're programmed to consider ourselves conquerors, not surrenderers. Believe it and achieve it, shout the gurus of personal mastery. There is a different quality to us, however, once we have surrendered a few times to awful and awesome surprise. Surrender is not easy work. The ego's drive for self-preservation and comfort do not allow us to sign up for life's hardest lessons voluntarily. Nobody says, I can't wait to be sick. Nobody says, I can't wait to have a car breakdown. Nobody says many of the things we think or feel or wish would be true. Rumi wrote, well, he didn't write it, but it's attributed to him. This being human is a guest house. You know this one. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. I love that. So, surrender. I had a wonderful mentor early in my ministry. I met her when I was in school, a Unity minister, small, powerful, dynamic woman, just she'd been in Unity at that point for a really long time, and she was something. And she invited me to come from my church in Illinois to Michigan to do a workshop with her congregation. And I was brand new in the experience, but we were talking, and she was sharing about her son, her only child. And so we had a really intimate conversation about real life, not ministry life. Well, that ministry life is real life, trust me. Nobody said, here, accept this call, you're going to have a great time. Uh, for your whole life. Um, the thing we talked about that day brought up the subject of surrender. And as I say, she was this powerful woman. And she said, you know, I'm not good at surrendering, and I've learned what I have to do. She said, I have to lay face down on the floor, spread eagle, and beg that Spirit will move through me, that I might release and let go into surrender. And she said, and I do, and it's never easy. And I thought, you know, her name was Onita Myers, and she was just a jewel, and studied so diligently many of the mystery school traditions. So she was just full of wisdom, and you would think, given the way she spoke and who she was and how she was, she would just like put her arms out and go, here I am, God. But she said, no, she said, I have to seriously engage in posturing myself, literally, to feel that let go in me that allows surrender to take place, so that I could trust everything I say, these words that come out of my mouth, to be true. I don't want to, worried about or wrapped around the axle about what do we actually think is going to happen to us if we let go. And yet somebody can say to us, we're in a state of really dealing with something in our lives. Control takes over. It's like the beginning energetic. The ego control takes over, and we're praying that something will happen, and what really will struggle when we finally reach the point where we let go, where we let it go. If you could have controlled it, you would have by now. If you could make it be different, it would be different by now. So there's obviously a mystery in there somewhere that wants to be revealed. And it starts within you, and you find it in these whispers of guidance and clarity and something that snaps you back into consciousness. I don't know what to do. 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 We say it like it's true. You know what to do. Stop. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Well, really, you do know. And it's generally always in the midst of whatever's going on that key turns, either from the influence of someone else, something we read, something we hear, someplace we go, something that interrupts for a time just for a little bit of time, that spin cycle, just interrupt it. Why? Because the spin cycle never gets you anywhere. I have never turned it on in my washing machine and had it resolve any problem except to clean my clothes. But it seldom ever reaches out from there to resolve any issue in my life. Although clean clothes I like. But in my mind, it makes me insane. And in that insanity, what that means is, no, I'm not crazy, but I behave as though I am. I let it consume me. And then the other side of that is that all surprises are not negatives on the scale. We have so many great surprises every day that counterbalance that feeling. When we feel like we can trust this element of surprise in our lives, it isn't just the dismal despair that is presenting. It's frequently the ability to live in the wonder of how magical life really is. And then what begins to happen is our capacity to accept these other things that happen increases because we start to live in an awareness that if you're doing the work, not hard work, not make spirit work, not beg for relief, if you're doing the inner work of knowing that every difficulty has within it the preparatory energy that strengthens your capacity to deal with the things that are wondrous and glorious or negative, because they are what is. And it is destined that on any given day, something is going to be present in your life that will surprise you for better, or sometimes for pain. But the more you look at that and accept it as a natural rhythm, the stronger you are on all levels of your being to deal with both, to be present for both. The wonder of it all, surprise, or the pain of it, surprise. Now what, we say? Now what? What path do I take now? She talks about, in this chapter, that there are three, where are they? Where'd you go? Oh, I worked on these notes. They're fabulous. Ooh, there it is. I was hoping it was here. 3 responses to surprise that help us practice spiritual surrender. 3 responses to surprise that help us practice spiritual surrender. Notice what is really happening. Notice what is really happening. Because a lot of what's going on here isn't what's really happening. But it can deceive you into thinking that what's really happening isn't happening, or vice versa. Work with what is really happening, like what are you going to do about it? And accept what is really happening. Threefold. Acceptance, when we use the word acceptance or surrender, it doesn't mean lay down and let the truck run over you again. Surrender, acceptance means I place myself in the flow, in harmony with what is being revealed or what is occurring in the moment, putting myself in harmony with it. What does that mean? It means I'm not fighting it. I'm not beating my head against the wall. I'm not practicing my skill level of resistance. I'm looking at my level of resistance and knowing that that's not going to work. So for however long we do that, we do it. Acceptance means I'm in the flow. I'm flexible in the flow. I don't have to like the circumstance. I don't have to hang out with it. I don't have to let it consume me. I can accept that that's what is. And if that's what is, then what? It must be good. On some level, it must be good. On some level, there's something being revealed, unveiled, that's good. Joseph Campbell. We must be willing to get rid of the life we've planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. The old skin has to be shed before the new one can come. If we fix on the old, we get stuck. And when we hang on to any form, we're in danger of putrefaction. Hell is life drying up. The hoarder, the one in us that wants to keep, to hold on, must be killed. I mean literally. If we're hanging on to that form now, we're not going to have the form next. You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. Destruction before creation. Every movement in our lives that we are or are not in harmony with on some level doesn't mean I'm not talking about liking it. There is a letting go. There is a rising up. There is an energetic within it that is the very activity of creation itself. You go to the airport, you're all ready to go, you're going to go on vacation, you've got all your luggage, 12 pieces, you're ready to have a wonderful vacation. Here are a variety of things that happen. Your flight's been canceled. That's one. What are you going to do? You're going to take a breath at some point when you get over feeling like either the airline has done you dirty or that all your plans now have come apart. All right, we're at the airport. Your flight's there, but you get on board and it's not taking off. Or people are in your way, or things aren't feeling nice, or they don't smell good, or it's chaotic in some way. And you're like, shouldn't be, shouldn't be, shouldn't be. You get to your destination, they don't have your hotel room. Let's look at it like vacation travel. The perfect journey isn't. You had a plan. It was going to be just like this, right? Your work, your relationship, your life, your family, your kids, your body. But that's not how it shows up. Does that mean that everything doesn't work? Or does that mean that in the core of it, there's something else going on and that we can listen to that? We can let it reveal itself. And we can find ways to take a deep breath, to calm self, to notice what's really happening. It's really happening. Work with what is really happening. Go to the desk, schedule a new flight. Accept what is really happening. We can pretend all we want, but pretending makes us think things are not what they are. And the power of what is the most powerful thing of all. The power of what is the most powerful thing of all. Why? Because that's what's unveiling itself here. Now, that's what is. You can go to the bank and it won't buy you anything, but you can go within and learn something, which means everything. It's time, long past time for me to end. Next week then, we're moving fast here. What's the next one? Oh, no. Ask for what you need? No. And offer what you can. Next week, we'll be up to that. And class, as far as I know, will be Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock. Thank you all. I may have one book, but I am not sure that, Peggy wants it. Okay. I put one aside for Peggy Bindus. Yes, I put hers aside. Okay. Sorry. I only get a little confused on occasion. I'm working on it. I think by the time I'm 150, it'll all work out. My friends, we are ready for something. I know, there are two men standing back there with bags. They're either going to hold us up or receive the offering. Sam and Gary, thank you for being our ushers. I give. It's time for I give. I give joyfully and easily, for God is my source, and abundance is my nature. And so it is. That does it. Thank you for your gifts, for your generosity, for your support in oh so many ways. On a Sunday morning when we're all together, it does feel like family. If you can accept the gift of that, you will know that we are always holding you in prayer and in love and in the knowing that all is well. Miss Lily Rose. Hi, you. Oh, you got your Hogwarts shirt on? Is that new?
I got it maybe last Wednesday.
Maybe last Wednesday?
I can't really remember.
You don't know days from that way.
Well, it was dress up as your favorite book character at my school, kind of
Right.
and so my mom got me this because my
Well, that's so cool.
favorite book character is Harry Potter, and my favorite movie is Harry Potter too.
Oh, child of, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you just the way you are. We do. And our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. All righty. Thank you. How about we sing and sugar up, friends? Happy birthday to you. How are you?
Can I say with my hair? Look.
Your hair is very long, by the way. It looks really pretty.
Things for mommy that's special.
Yeah. Nice. I like your skirt.
This.
Your skirt, too. All right.
Thanks, this is part
Get
of
in
the Harry
there.
Potter outfit.
Get in the circle. We are ready.